Hi ladies, it's Cheryl McDonald from YogaBellies, and today I want to talk to you about menopause and perimenopause. Now, the idea that a woman's power is purely in her physical appearance is a very patriarchal idea, and it's completely false. A woman's power is much deeper, and it's connected to something very, very profound. Menopause is the potential for us to transform everything that we've been through in our lives into wisdom. Menopause is a woman's true transformation into maturity. Think about this. The idea of menopause in its entirety, it needs to be reowned by us, by women, so that it can help frame the other stages of our life and our journey into empowerment. So if we know that menopause is when we truly become mature, then there's really no rush. There's no rush for anything. And we don't have to be fully in our power in our 20s or our 30s or even our 40s. And if we know we're working towards that power, there's less of a rush in life. So this, changes the whole frame of how we think about menopause. Now let's think about the difference between perimenopause and menopause. Perimenopause is the period when menstruation transitions from your normal regular bleeding to eventually stopping. And menopause can be defined as when your period has stopped for over 13 months, all right? So the perimenopause is a transformative phase. So it's where we were before and it's where we're going to. So this period is often referred to as liminal because it has that potential for transformation. And it's not the actual phase itself, it's how we live that phase and the perspective and approach that we have to perimenopause and menopause that's really going to influence the outcome of how we feel and how we respond to that period. So the perimenopause itself, has the ability to take our experiences and transform them into that wisdom that we can share with our daughters, our sisters, our aunts, with that whole community. But we need to have the right tools to do that. The tools that give us the ability to work with those physical and emotional processes and transformations. Now the perimenopause can last anything from 2, 3 to 10 plus years. And it really has to be our approach to these changes that are key. We're going to utilise lots of different techniques, okay? Every woman is completely different. And there are many yoga practices, so yoga postures, yoga asana, and pranayama, breathing techniques, and meditations, which can be used to work with those stages. So one of the main things people talk about in perimenopause and menopause is hot flushes. So let's try and look at this a different way. Let's look at hot flushes as a symptom of a transformation, okay? So if we think about alchemists, they use 7 stages to try and transform lead into gold, okay? So that's stages we can work with ourselves as well. So thinking we're transforming our entire bodies, and even cooking starts with fire. Fire is a fantastic transformer, so every time that we experience a hot flush, this is our body showing us that something is being transformed. So if you can just change the way that you think about those hot flushes, I'm not going to say they're going to feel any more pleasant, but with a regular yoga practice, you can learn tools and techniques to work with that. We're moving that energy upwards. We're turning those hot flushes into wisdom, okay? So every time you experience that, instead of thinking, oh my God, here we go, think, what am I transforming now? Maybe sit down, journal about it, reflect on what you're actually working within today, and use this deep, grounding energy to help calm the fire and ride those hormonal waves of menopause and perimenopause. Now, these hormonal fluctuations, interestingly, are the same hormones that we experience, the same fluctuations we experience in puberty and if we suffer from PMS as well. Now, the YogaBellies Lunar classes are specifically designed to work with hormonal fluctuations, which is why we have women from 14 to over 100 in these classes, because it's the same hormonal fluctuations that we're working with, okay? The same groups of hormones. And in the classes, we learn breathing techniques, nice cooling techniques that we can use when the body is overheating, when we are menstruating, when we are having hot flushes during the menopause. We're also working with yoga asanas, which can relieve discomfort, help with pain, help with the psychological trauma of hormonal fluctuations. And we've got those breathing techniques and those relaxation and those YogaBellies sleep techniques to help us bring it all down, just to help us relax and just ground into those hormonal fluctuations. If you'd like to find out more about YogaBellies Luna, you can visit our website at www.yogabellies.co.uk, or you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook at YogaBellies. Namaste.